These smaller children should be placed in the center of the roadway from the outside gate. My name is John. I'll be your studio guide today. We'll be leaving here momentarily. Create our different television programs. This past season, they included Coach with Craig T. Nelson, Jerry Van Dyke, and Shelley Babre. Also Delta and Major Dad, and for HBO Productions, the hit sitcom seen on the Fox Network called Martin, starring Martin Lawrence. Building over here to my side of the tram is our technical department. This is where we do all of our behind-the-scenes work. Now on this lower level, there's a mill, and that's where we build all of our sets. And there's enough lumber used in that mill in 1 year to build an entire small town. Just outside the technical building, these black type bundles are what we call wild walls. Those are portions of our sets that are not currently being used. The reason they're not being used is because the television programs are on hiatus, mini vacation for the programs before they begin their next season. So once these sets are not in use, we just tear them down, store them around the back lot, and then when they're ready to be used again for a future script, we just rebuild them, send them down to the sound stage, and set them up so that they do not have to be all rebuilt again. So we have a department inside our technical building, including paint shops, special effects departments, and the art directors are up there on the second level. They're the ones who design all the different sets for our production. This is the most complete, state-of-the-art technical center ever assembled in Hollywood. Buildings over to the driver's side we now use as casting and production offices, but in the past these bungalows were dressing rooms to such stars as Lucille Ball. And you can catch Lucy at Tribute, today's studio center. That's a museum with memorabilia from America's favorite redhead. Looking back over to my side of the tram, this two-story building is the Arthur Company. They're one of the largest independent production companies in Hollywood. They're currently producing the television program FBI, The Untold Stories. That's hosted by Pernell Roberts and seen on ABC. Other production companies located around the studio include Steven Spielberg's Amblin Entertainment. Also, a lot of actors become producers. Those with their offices located here include Tom Selleck, Dan Aykroyd, Tom Cruise, Kirstie Alley, Jessica Lange, and Peter Falk. Mr. Fogg is currently filming a Columbo movie for Universal. That'll be seen on ABC, co-stars Faye Dunaway. Now, we have made our transition into the Backlot. This is where we do most of our outdoor filming. First section that we're taking you through are the Metropolitan Street set. The art directors come out here and change the street scene into any major metropolitan street across the entire world. This has been seen as Seattle, Washington for the film Harry and the Hendersons. Recently in theaters, the art directors have created this area as London, England, for the Columbia production of Bram Stoker's Dracula. It was directed by Francis Ford Coppola, stars Gary Oldman, Winona Ryder. A few weeks ago, the cast and crew for the Columbia television series Mary Bajoka was here filming the street scene as New York City, that hit Fox television program. And this has also been used as Chicago for our 1973 Academy Award-winning film for Best Picture, The Sting, starring Robert Redford and Paul Newman. We've also used this area of Chicago for the movie The Blues Brothers with John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd. The art directors have dressed this area as San Francisco for the Warner Brothers production of Dirty Harry. That starred Clint Eastwood. This is where the bank robbery scene took place. Robert Blake lived on this street for his television series Greta. To the driver's side, the courthouse from our feature film Legal Eagle, starring Robert Redford, Daryl Hannah, and Deborah Winger. And it looks like real brick, stone, cement, and concrete that make up all of our facades. It's actually made out of lightweight materials such as fiberglass, foam rubber, plastic, and styrofoam, then combined with wood and chicken wire to complete all these fake structures. Yes, buildings may look real to you, but they are just the front and sides of these sets. There's nothing on the backside, nothing on the inside. All the interiors are created on our sound stages. We also sometimes take these outdoor street sets, build them on the inside of our sound stages. The reason we do this is so that we have more control over the lighting and sound. Our sound stages are about 98% soundproof. It's one up ahead of us that we're coming into right now. You want to keep your cameras out because it looks like there's some strange things happening inside. displays of one of the world's largest animated creatures. King Kong stands over 30 feet tall, weighs 13,000 pounds. 600 pounds of him alone is made up just of hair. Kong had his movie debut in 1933, 60 years ago, starring opposite Fay Ray. The 8 models used for most of the scenes in that production to create the special effects were just 18 inches tall. He then later had a comeback in 1976 using full-scale models opposite newcomer Jessica Lange. Ms. Lange has since become an Academy Award-winning actress. She won her Oscars Best Supporting Actress for the Paramount production of Tootsie, starring Dustin Hoffman. Here on my side, this gives you a good example of what our sets look like from behind. You can see just boards and dirt. Add corrugated metal to the window area so that the sun does not shine through the sets and blow the illusion that these are fake structures, what we call facades. Our Metropolitan Street scenes have been used in thousands of different productions over the years. Any type of production ranging from television commercials clear up to feature film presentations. That area of our backlot that we just traveled through contains some of the newest sets on the Universal backlot. That's because we had a fire in the Metropolitan Street sets about 2 years ago. You may have heard about that fire. It was very devastating. It destroyed most of the sets in this area of our backlot, but we've since rebuilt most of them as exact replicas. Well, here on my side, an original standing set built in 1915. This bridge survived that fire I was telling you about. And was there a problem? What was going on? Oh, wait, the side had just come out. We lit a beam off the bottom of the bridge. Now, it's scheduled on the tram line to be crossing this area this morning. Wait a minute. That's the side that just come down up here. All right. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do off this bridge as soon as possible. Jim's calling into tram dispatch to find out what's going on. There's a lot of swaying motion up here. Oh, here's some more big cars swaying forward. Please, no sudden moves back there. Stay seated. Hold out there. We're ready for it. Easy now. No sudden moves. It was a contours to the bridge and car 4. Yes, you made it. All right. That doesn't wake you up. Bridge was actually built in the 1970s. It's all run on hydraulic operations. That's how we give you the special effect of the bridge collapsing. There it goes, all back together again hydraulically. We've used this bridge on episodes of The Bionic Woman with Lindsay Wagner. Also seen this past season on Quantum Leap with Scott Bakula and Dean Stockwell. You can catch that drama on NBC Wednesday nights. To the driver's side, this is one of our nurseries. We have several different greens departments located around the studio, supplying us with over 5,000 different plants and trees. 200 different varieties. They range in size from 3-inch houseplants clear up to 30-foot tall fir trees. Those fir trees out there we can use to create Sicily, Alaska. For Universal hit television program, Northern Exposure. Stars Rob Morrow and Janine Turner. You can catch that series on CBS Monday nights. Picked up this year's highest honor for a television program at the Emmy Awards of Best Dramatic Television Series. This area out here we use as a wilderness setting for our productions. It's a lot easier to come out here instead of going into the mountain ranges with all of our heavy equipment, trucks, cast, and crew. And there'll be a lot of wilderness settings in Steven Spielberg's upcoming feature film, Jurassic Park. That'll be released this Friday, June 11th. From Michael Crichton's best-selling novel, the same name, stars Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, and Sam Neill. And the dinosaurs come back into modern-day civilization due to a genetic DNA experiment. And they start wreaking havoc over an amusement park. You can see some of the damage to the driver's side on the Jurassic Park motion picture vehicles. We are coming through an area of picture cars. And here to my side, Tom Selleck's red Ferrari. That was used in his hit television program, Magnum P.I. Also the Mousemobile from the movie Uncle Buck, starring John Candy. And if you have your cameras out, you want to take them back over to the driver's side. Motion picture vehicles from Back to the Future. One of 15 DeLoreans used to create the movies. Right next to the DeLorean is a Blue Probe. That's from Back to the Future Part 2. It's used as a flying futuristic police car. And the 1964 Peugeot is what the bumbling detective Columbo uses for his transportation. Any vehicle seen in front of our cameras, what we call a picture car on our set. One of the nice things about filming here in Southern California is the weather. one of the reasons why we're the movie capital of the world. Seems like it's sunny all the time. Although our scripts do not always call for sunny, clear skies, sometimes we need just the opposite. And that's when we bring in our special weather effects department to create a rainy setting like this to the driver's side. You'll also want to protect your belongings from becoming wet in your cameras to the top of that hill. We have flash floods in this area. Watch out for that tree! Rain is created by placing sprinklers in the facades of trees. We shoot the water straight in the air so that it comes back down in a natural rainfall effect. For this flash flood, we store thousands of gallons of water in tanks at the top of the hill. Release that water on our own cue, comes flooding down the hill, back under the bridge. There's pumps down here. Pumps it all back up to the tank so that it can be used as reclaimed water. This type of effect was seen in our Academy Award-winning motion picture, The River, starring Mel Gibson and Sissy Spacek. We're crossing the border into a drier portion of our studio. This is Old Mexico. You may remember seeing Steve Martin, Chevy Chase, and Martin Short here for Orion's Three Amigos. We also dressed this area as Ancient Jerusalem for the miniseries Masada, starring Peter Strauss and Peter O'Toole. And Janet Jackson made her music video Escapade here. We're coming into the Old West. This is 6 Points, Texas, where back in our early days, we shot over 200 Western films a year. Makes this the most filmed location site in the entire world. Classic Westerns filmed in this area include Destry with Audie Murphy. James Stewart was here in 1950, filming Winchester 73. And we've even seen John Wayne here with his co-star Marlene Dietrich. From the spoilers, to add to the authenticity of an old Western setting, we just throw dirt onto the blacktop roads, add wooden planks to the sidewalk area. Some of the Universal's classic TV Westerns include The Virginian and Wagon Train. Out there to the driver's side, you see some of the foam mats that the cowboy heroes use as they take their dives from the top of our set after being shot by the good guy. We also use this area as a Midwestern modern-day setting for our television shows like Knight Rider, Simon, and Airwolf. Here to the driver's side, Bernie's Service, where Ben Matlock pumps his gasoline in the Viacom production of Matlock, starring Andy Griffith. This lagoon and area of land to the driver's side is Gilligan's Island. Also where Norman Bates dropped off some of his victims' bodies to a watery grave in the film Psycho and Psycho 2. And also to the driver's side, the Fire Eaters plane. Richard Dreyfuss used that plane to fly over the forest fire scenes in the movie Always. Also co-starred Holly Hunter. John Goodman was directed by Steven Spielberg. And grab your passports. We're going to take you through Europe. Now the directors come out here, place the country's appropriate stores and language over the storefronts to change this into any European village. In fact, we're in Pamplona, Spain right now for Castle Rock's production of City Slickers. This is the same cobblestone road where Billy Crystal, Bruno Kirby, and Daniel Stern were chased in the running of the bull during the opening sequences of City Slickers. We've also dressed this area as Germany for the feature film Madam X, starring Lana Turner. Last summer on the hit Fox television series Beverly Hills 90210, Brenda and Donna took a trip to Paris, France. And this is where they came to film those scenes with Shannon Doherty and Tori Spelling. We've also used this area as France for the miniseries Rich Man, Poor Man, starring Peter Strauss and Nick Nolte. These sets out here were originally built in 1929 for our first Academy Award-winning movie, All Quiet on the Western Front, and won the Best Picture in 1929. Also garnered Louis Milestone an Oscar for Best Director. This is the Court of Miracles to my side. It's where we had our monsters roam around classic horror films like The Mummy, The Wolfman, The Bride of Frankenstein, and The Invisible Man. This section was originally built in 1919 for Lon Chaney's feature film The Miracle Man. Mr. Chaney is known as the Man of a Thousand Faces. Some of the other characters that we've seen him out here as include the Phantom of the Opera and the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Bela Lugosi also created Dracula here, and Boris Karloff made his motion picture debut as Frankenstein in this area. Francis Ford Coppola had such a success last year with Bram Stoker's Dracula, and he is currently the executive producer of an upcoming version of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein that stars Kenneth Branagh as the Doctor. Sometimes it becomes necessary to make our props look incredibly big to make the actors seem incredibly small. On either side of the tram are these huge telephones that help transport Lily Tomlin into the incredible shrinking woman. Ms. Tomlin was on the studio lot recently filming the upcoming movie version of the Beverly Hillbillies. The 20th Century Fox production, also starring Dabney Coleman and Cloris Leachman as Granny. We're going to come up to stage 50 to look at a set that was recently used for an upcoming television series that is still filming here at Universal. This is the only two-story soundstage in Hollywood. On a second level above us, the art directors have created a busy urban street scene. While down on this lower level, you can see that it's been designed as a subway station. Most of the action for the scenes that are filmed here in Stage 50 take place right here on this level. Goes down to the driver's side, some of the lighting, sound, and camera equipment that our crew can use. We call this a hot set. That means that it is dressed and ready for filming at any time. So keep your cameras out. This is light tremor. We're down in Southern California. Please remain seated. Stay calm. Got a wonderfully fall all around the ground. You just survived the most sophisticated live special effect ever created. This earthquake, the big one, simulates an 8.3 earthquake on the Richter scale. I just spotted a sign welcoming us into Amity Island. Now, you may remember this area being terrorized by a great white shark. Universal's Academy Award-winning blockbuster film, Jaws. Well, it looks like the great white shark is surfacing out there right now. Wait a minute, there's also some guy out there fishing. What is this guy thinking? Hey, buddy, watch out. There's a shark out there in the water. Hey, can you hear me? Get out of the water! Oh, it looks like that shark just took that guy down for breakfast. Watch a yellow float in the middle of Jaws Lake. We have a light-baited hook underneath that float. We've been trying to get the shark to take the bait so that we can capture him. He seems to be pretty hungry. He's coming back in this area. All right, he's just taking a bait, but hold on, he's taking a bait with it. Spielberg used 3 mechanical sharks for the filming of Jaws to create the special effects of the shark attacks. The motion picture won 4 Academy Awards, stars Richard Dreyfuss and Roy Scheider, who is currently on our studio lot, filming an upcoming television series called Sequest DSB. The executive producer, Steven Spielberg, will be able to catch that new futuristic television series on NBC this fall, Sunday nights. To the driver's side, this also doubles as Cabot Cove, Maine, which is the New England harbor town where Jessica Fletcher lives on CBS's Murder, She Wrote. Stars Angela Lansbury as the detective sleuth Jessica Fletcher. You can catch that hit Universal drama in its 9th year on CBS, Sunday nights. Ms. Lansbury won last year's Golden Globe Award as Best Dramatic Actress in a television series. Lots of famous sets on our backlot. Here to my side, it's the famous Miss Mona's Chicken Ranch from the movie musical, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Stars Dolly Parton and Burt Reynolds. You can currently see Mr. Reynolds in Universal's comedy, Cop and a Half. That's now playing in theaters. This set was also used in our feature film, Bright Green Tomatoes, starring Academy Award-winning actresses Jessica Tandy and Kathy Bates. And we use this in the John Travolta movie musical, Shout. And you may remember that song, Shout, from National Lampoon's Animal House. Over here on the corner, to the driver's side, is the sorority house where John Belushi was peeking at the girls. 2 doors down from that sorority house. In this gray set to the driver's side, where the Munsters live at 1313 Mockingbird Lane. Stars Fred Gwynn and Yvonne DiCarlo. This is also the neighborhood setting from Tom Hanks' motion picture, The Burbs. Also his feature film, Dragnet, with co-star Dan Aykroyd. Doris Day lived in almost all these homes throughout the different movies that we made here in the 1960s, such as The Thrill of It All. And co-star James Garner, and here to the driver's side is where he drove his car into the swimming pool that she installed in the backyard. It's not back there, though. That was all created on sound stages because there's a cliff behind that facade. Colonial-style home originally built in 1927 for Uncle Tom's Cabin. That's also the sanitarium where James Stewart was taken after seeing the invisible rabbit Harvey and used as Dorothy Malone's home for the film Written on the Wind. She won an Academy Award for her performance in that movie as Best Supporting Actress. And we're also in Mayfield. It's where the Beaver and Wally grew up on television. Leave it to Beaver. Set to the driver's side, Mark City Hall. It's where the Beaver went to school at Grant Avenue Grammar School. Our Jerry Mathers and Tony Dow. This section of our backlot has been seen in almost every City Hall. Where the Beaver went to school at Grant Avenue Grammar School. Star Jerry Mathers and Tony Dow. This section of our backlot has been seen in almost every single one of our television programs over the years. From the earlier classics like Columbo, Kojak, Moretta, The Rockford Files, and Marcus Welby MD, to modern-day hits like Knight Rider, Simon & Son, The A-Team, and Quantum Leap. This was recently seen on that television series as Memphis, Tennessee, when Scott Bakula's character Sam leapt into the body of Elvis Presley. The art directors come out here that repaint these sets all different types of colors, add various interior settings like draperies and lights, different types of plants, trees, picture cars, and props, so that you do not recognize that we have used this street set in thousands of different productions over the years. To the driver's side, the set with the white columns is where Deanna Durbin lived in many of her movie musicals that we made here in the 1930s, such as Mad About Music and 100 Men and a Girl. Next to it is a white house with green trim. That's where Andy Griffith lived as Ben Matlock for the Viacom production of Matlock. And next to that, on the end of the row, is a facade used in the movie The House of the Seven Gables. That film featured Vincent Price. Mr. Price is known for the horror movies he's made over the years. Also in that same category of feature films comes the director known as the master of suspense. Talking about Alfred Hitchcock. And he had Marion Crane driving a road just like this one dark, lonely night. She was searching for a place to stay because she was escaping from her boss. It was raining outside. It was getting very late, so she pulled into this motel. It only had 12 rooms, but strangely, 12 vacancies. She checked in, took a shower, and never checked out. Gonna take your cameras over to the driver's side, point them to the top of the hill as we approach Hollywood's most famous family set. It's a home where Norman Bates lives with his mother. From Alfred Hitchcock's 1960 thriller, Psycho. A Psycho house is built on a 3/4 scale. That way, when Mr. Hitchcock brought his cameras down below the hill and shot up to the house, made Anthony Perkins seem as if he were a lot more menacing and ominous, standing there silhouetted on the porch as Norman Bates. It also made it appear as if the Bates Motel were set farther away from the Psycho house. That motel is here to my side of the tram. If you look to the left-hand side area, the first door is the office. That's where Norman Bates checked in Marion Crane. The part was played by Janet Leigh. She then walked right next door to the office into room number 1, where she took that fatal shower. If you want to know how that famous shower scene was created, just go back to the world of Cinemagic. In Studio Center, we have the magic of Alfred Hitchcock there. They'll show you all the directorial tricks that he and Ms. Leigh used to create that classic shower scene. Also, when we come to the front of the Psycho house, you want to look up to the second level. Off to the left-hand side window. Looks like there's still somebody up there. It's Mother, rocking away in her shell. And that is called a shell because there are 4 sides to the Psycho house. There's nothing on the inside. All the interiors were created on sound stages. The log cabin out here in the woods is from the movie The Great Outdoors with John Candy and Dan Aykroyd. This wooded area will also be a part of Steven Spielberg's upcoming feature film Jurassic Park. Will be released this Friday, June 11th. Also to the top of this hill, over to the driver's side. Great example of what our facades look like from behind. First of all, the cameras came front, make them look as if they are real houses. These were created as a neighborhood setting in Pasadena for Universal's family comedy Beethoven. Up there is where the beguiling St. Bernard lives, along with Charles Grodin. You can now catch that motion picture on home video. And this upcoming holiday season, Beethoven's Second will be in theaters. Mr. Grodin and the St. Bernard are currently on the Universal lot filming that upcoming sequel. Here to my side, one of the largest freestanding backdrops in the world. This was originally created for Jaws: The Revenge, starring Michael Caine. We take the concrete ditch area, fill it up with water. That simulates an ocean setting for our productions. We add wave-making machines to the water. That creates a choppy ocean effect. Also dye the water the exact color blue of the ocean that we're trying to depict on film. Then with the right camera angle, looks as if we're filming in any ocean around the entire world. And from sea level up to 12,000 feet elevation in just a matter of seconds, we've hit an icy, snowy mountain range area. And there are always avalanche warnings up here on the high mountain ranges. So I suggest to everyone to please remain completely quiet. Shh. Don't even whisper. trailer tilting the other side of that tunnel. We were only on a flat surface road. It was just the walls around us spinning that gave us the optical illusion of the tram tilting back and forth. That tunnel was used on an episode of The $6 Million Man when Lee Majors was chasing after Bigfoot. There are over 420 acres out here that make up our studio. We are the world's biggest and busiest motion picture and television studio. This was all founded by Carl Lemley in 1915. He bought the acreage from the Lancashire Township. And since then, we have brought you the Academy Award-winning films for Best Picture, including Out of Africa, The Deer Hunter, All Quiet on the Western Front, The Sting, and Sir Laurence Olivier's Hamlet. Also in 1982, we released a motion picture that became the #1 money-making movie of motion picture history. It's called E.T., the Extraterrestrial. Here to my side is the same area that E.T. landed in as he came down to Earth in a spaceship. This is San Fernando Valley and includes downtown Burbank, where the Warner Brothers studio and NBC Productions is located. The San Gabriel Mountains in the far range. And in the foothill of those mountain ranges is where Elliot lives. He's a little boy who became friends with E.T. We can take a trip with that little creature back to his home planet in our E.T. adventure. That's presented by AT&T and located in Studio Center. Besides classic movies, we're also bringing many classic television programs. Currently on the air productions like Law & Order, starring Michael Moriarty. In the past, shows like The A-Team. Here to my side, one of the A-Team bands used in that hit series starring George Savard and Mr. T. To the driver's side is the artist entrance to Universal's Amphitheater. It's an over 6,000-seat auditorium. Performers in the past have included just about every musical artist. Currently, the original cast members from the motion picture Jesus Christ Superstar are performing that Andrew Lloyd Webber musical in the amphitheater. It's also the home to the American Country Music Awards and the Comic Relief benefit shows hosted by Whoopi Goldberg, Billy Crystal, and Robin Williams. And to the driver's side, this structure is for our upcoming attraction, Back to the Future, The Ride. Inside the attraction, you'll be able to jump into Doc Brown's time-traveling DeLorean, hit 88 miles per hour. That'll send you on a mind-boggling journey through time. From the days of the dinosaurs, clear up to Hill Valley in the year 2015, you'll be soaring, twisting, plunging, diving, and flying through time. It's Back to the Future. The ride has its grand opening this Saturday, June 12th. I shouldn't say this, but you guys are here nice and early, so you get a head start on everyone. Back to the Future, the ride, we'll be having technical runs today. If you go up there, you should be able to take the ride. I went on it yesterday. Fascinating. Don't miss it. There's a long line or a wait. It's well worth your time, seriously. All right, we are coming back into our front lot, busiest portion of our studio. We have over 35 sound stages in the front lot. It's where we create the interiors for our feature films, like the Academy Award-winning motion pictures Death Becomes Her, starring Meryl Streep, Goldie Hawn, Bruce Willis. Also, Son of a Woman won Al Pacino the Oscar for Best Actor this year. This front lot area is also the heart of Studio Center. That's where you'll be able to see AT&T at the movies, Lucia Tribute, the E.T. Adventure, our newest attraction, Backdraft, and the World of Cinemagic has the Back to the Future Special Effects Show, the Harry and the Henderson Sound Effects Show, and the Magic of Alfred Hitchcock. And each one of those three sets, volunteers will be taken from the audience to recreate scenes from the production. So all in Studio Center, where Jim's taking us right now. Once you've done exploring the attractions in Studio Center, you take the Starway escalator back up to the top of the hill. That's called the Entertainment Center up there. After the Entertainment Center is where you'll be able to find all those live scheduled shows like the Wild West Stunt Show, the Animal Actors Stage, the Miami Vice Action Spectacular, the Adventures of Conan, and the Star Trek Adventures. We also have Bible's Playland up there for the kids, and shows like the Rocky and Bullwinkle Show, Beetlejuice's Graveyard Review, and an American Tale, Bible Goes West. If you're looking for something to eat, just outside the Entertainment Center, the Universal City Walk has over 3 dozen new restaurants and unique shops. It's a multi-level outdoor shopping experience. It's a lot of fun for everyone of all ages. That's all up there in the Entertainment Center and the Universal City Walk. This area that we're coming through right now is where a lot of our writers, producers, directors, and actors are busy at work during the weekdays inside these production offices and sound stages, and where we're currently creating upcoming motion pictures like The Flintstones, starring John Goodman as Fred Flintstone. So as a courtesy to everyone that's working here right now, I do need to get off the microphone. It's a quiet zone. I'll be right back as soon as I can. Personal belongings with you before you leave the tram. If you have any questions for me, my name's John. I'll be out here in Studio Center. I'll be glad to talk to you. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day here at Universal Studios Hollywood. And as we say here in Hollywood, we'll see you in the movies. Good luck.
Start things off by bringing out my best friend. Well, he happens to be one of the finest stuntmen in Hollywood. Just a minute, Fred, would you say that last part again? I said one of the finest stuntmen in Hollywood. I like that part. Please welcome Mr. Felix Cassidy. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? You have to do it with fast, he's sure-footed, he's guaranteed. You all right? The 8:49 and 50. Y'all done warming up? Yeah, I'm pretty well set. Good. All right, let's do a show. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one of the finest stunt teams on contract. Buddy, we got to interrupt for a second. Why is that? It's about the stunt team. Well, we'll bring them out right now. That's all right. Let's tell them that. Ladies and gentlemen, please help us welcome Universal's Western Stunt Team. Where's the stunt team? Not here. Yeah! Here we are, boys! Where do we go? Ah! Stupid dog! Thank you! What are you looking at? Got my finger! Ah! Oh! What? This is what professional stuntmen perform. I ain't impressed. Yeah! Oh, he ain't impressed neither. Thank you, Shetland. Excuse me, man, may I help you? Well, hey, oh there, good looking. I'm just I love that. That just slaves me. Ah! These here's the boys. Cole. The little one's Watt, and they're identical twins. Great, all right. Now listen, ladies, you'll just take a seat with the rest of the audience. We'll get the show started. Can you find a stunt team? I'm going on. No, wait. You mean them namby-pamby lightweight? We tossed them boys out of here. Hey! Ho! Ho! Paul says they bounce real good. In other words, we're your stunt team now. Thank you! Thank you! Baby, I'm dead, you bitch. Okay with me, boys! Oh, of course not. You know it takes years of training to be a professional stunt performer like myself. Well, it's up there, rock stars, stay professional. I've been throwing them off the bar since they were 3. Woo! Right, Paul! Right, Paul! Yes, baby! Hey, hold it! Hey! Thank you very much! Hold it! Hey! I can hold it! Now, I'll see if you all don't know the first thing about stunt work. Just get off to the set. You're off to the set. Come on, boys! Taylor, you ain't heard the last of us. Keep walking, Hopper. I want all of you off the set now. Off the set now? This ain't over. Okay. Alrighty. Well, now, ladies, Felix, where are you going? I'm going to get a security guard. Felix, we can handle them. Get back here. Handle them? What is those guys are tough? I can fight you through. He's got a knife in the big game. Felix, are you a man or a mouse? Well, put a piece of cheese right there and I'll show you. Get over here. Hey, Buffalo Crap, get one of this. Thank you, Ma Hopper. It's a gift. Thank you so much. Wow. Hey, good looking. Put it right down. Ladies, I thought I told you to get off of this set. I thought he told you to get off of this set. Hey, you get a life, stunt scab. We're taking over. Oh, no, you're not. Oh, no, you're not. Oh, yes, we are. We've had it with you and your stupid yellow than Clint Eastwood. And you can see for yourself, I'm actually cuter than Tom Cruise. All right, well, I'll show you how tough I am. If these hoppers show up, I'll knock them side to side, back and forth, up and down. Let me go, Blood. Come on. Let me go, Blood. Come on, get along. This is what I'm slipping. Catch me! All right, thanks a lot. Whoa! Hey, what? Well, listen. Here's the rope, all right? I'll play the rope. Don't panic. All right. Right. Keep on calling. Stand, Cassidy. Now you're on my side. On your face. Yes. Keep on, go with the five. Yeah. You're on there, Junior. For you. Do it. Get me. Get out of your face. Take cover. I'm out of here, buddy. Hey, you might love your family, but we're having big fun now. No waiting to check in. What? Hey, Selma, Louise, you're going to the boat. Hasta la vista, baby. Oh, I can't believe I shot a lady. Can't believe I blew up a lady. That was no lady. That was my mom. I got you covered.
Motion picture magic as it comes to life before your eyes. Now, Universal Pictures invites you to journey back to an age of wizards and warriors, of Dungeons and Dragons, the age of swords and sorcery.
What is it you seek, boy? No, don't tell me. You're from seeking the dragon's eye, but you know now the bird contains magical power.
How did you know?
All is known to me. What's your name, boy?
Well, don't you know?
No, I'm not very good with names.
I'm Conan.
Conan.
Conan of Samaria.
Samaria. I knew that. Very good, dragon's eye. Conan. But it's far too dangerous to fall into the hands of a mere boy. Such as you. You would...
Located above your head. Just remind him to hang on to any articles you may have brought on board to try to... Ah, yes. Both names, please. Yes, I should have guessed, Mr. O'Reilly. That's the potatoes tavern, I suppose. Yeah, I beg your pardon. Would you put both your names, please? Well, will you give me a date? I only use one. You don't have a first name. No, I'm Lord Melbury, so I simply sign Melbury. Could I deposit this case with you? It's just a few annuals. Annuals? Of course. He didn't even think straight away. I'll do it then, and I'll do the picture. I'll put it square on there, Mr. Lord. And then, well, I'll take these cases to room 21. Take to room 21. The patient's only just joined us. It's quicker to train a monkey.
Shall I record the Pink Panther?
Now, you were just thinking, why did they put us here? An oversight on my wife's part. He's only just arriving. Would you mind, please? Will you help me see what's great? Thank you so much. Come on. Lord Melbury, do please come this way, your lordship. I have an old table over here by the window, as usual. Thank you very much, yes. Get on your meal. Please think nothing of it. No. Smallest of accidents could have occurred anywhere. Yes, but I mean... No, I've forgotten all about it. Well, there's nothing. No, really, you're on. I'll be to offer you dinner tonight as a...